Sun is in my talking about the good times in my life and how we shine so bright. The places we love and all the songs we heard them all night long. All night long.
Cave-in. Ah!
Perfect life, so many nights, places where we come alive. Oh, alive. The places we love and all the songs we heard them.
All right, turn it down. Hey, everybody, welcome to the channel. Hey, it's Wednesday. Yay, Wednesday. Woohoo. It's hump day. We gonna celebrate because I'm streaming. So I'm obviously not celebrating. Hopefully you get to celebrate hump day. It's a great day for you here in the middle of the week. We are going to go over this past battle pass. We'll discuss a little bit this flash pass, which I do think that this flash pass is hecky good. More flash passes like this, please. And thank you. More flash passes like this, please, and thank you. And we're going to go over, I don't know if I want to say I'm dropping a hint, but I did get out of my third meeting leading up into this upcoming month. So we do have information. Every stream's a celebration day? Hell yeah, Adam. See, Adam, you're so nice. I don't know how to handle it. And then you're going to come smack me in the game. And then I'm like, well, screw that guy. He's not actually nice at all. Those don't know, Adam's actually on my server. So welcome in, everybody. If y'all want to do something, we haven't, we do this on Twitch all the time. But hey, shout out your server number if you're in the chat. Let's give a shout out to all the servers that are participating and active. We're here for that. You are Groot? No, you are Rob31771. So the one comment I'm probably going to end up seeing from yours today. There you go. Unless I deserve it, I always deserve it. I'm Rev. 40, 70, 51, 196. Oh, geez, why you got to throw in the S and throw me off? 13, 44, 12, 10, 24, 74, 44, 26, and 91, 60, 72, 85, 49, 13, 22, 11. Wow, server 11 toxicity. Very nice, Nicholas. 188, 24, 32. Hey, I play on 32. 16, 170, 195, 12, 22, 29, 163, 60, 121, 22, server 91, 21, 71, 34, 27, 33. If I'm going faster than you're typing, then y'all are typing too slow. 52, 137. Come on, 17, 21, 33, 74, 58. Y'all got, I'm gonna have to give y'all some time to catch up. Y'all aren't spamming your servers enough. 24, 47, 58, 61, 58. Oh, 2 58s. Nice, Mike Masters. Hopefully y'all know each other. I recently hit a whale from the Ghost Vikings and blew him up, and then I had to move my station because the Alliance started. You didn't finish your sentence. 71, 52, 139, 12, 61, 58, 58. Oh, Masters did it twice. You cheater. 8, 7, 8, 6, 7, 5, 309. I believe that's a very old song. 87, 12, and welcome in, everybody. So let's start with one. Has everybody done the survey? Has everybody done the survey for this past month? Has everybody filled out their survey? If you haven't, there's the link. I do want to say a big thank you real quick. This is the most participation we've ever had. We've only been doing it for 3 months, but this is the most participation we've had in an ARC survey. So this is the last day to do this month. I'm only keeping up 48 hours because y'all are responding. And in 48 hours, this survey is obviously a lot more to it than some of the ones we've run previously. But this is the most we've ever had. So this is y'all's last time to get it done. If y'all want to complete it, we are good responses though, and we're going to go over all the different responses. We're going to go over kind of what y'all think. If y'all haven't done it, or if you haven't shared it out, I do ask that y'all would share it out with your alliance, your Discord, Facebook, etc., just to make sure that we're getting everybody represented. You know, one thing that I kind of talk about is I want to reach APAC, I want to reach EU. So for example, so far this month, we have got 31% of the responses are from the EU. Well, last month it was 30%. So there's slightly more this time, which is good. But as many people as we can get from every part of the game responding is better. We're definitely getting a little bit better response this month from APAC and EU, which is appreciated because we want to get everybody's opinion, not just us Americans. Believe it or not, the world doesn't revolve around America. It revolves around North America. But yeah, so we want to get everybody in that because I really want to provide feedback that represents the entire game as much as I possibly can. And then there's also just some really interesting results. Like for example, the officer grading last month, majority people gave it a C. I mean, that was the biggest one, 51.6%. Wow. 51.6% of the responses in the survey going over this past month said that the officers were a C. That is a massive chunk. That is a bunch of meh. Like, it means that they're okay, but that's a heck of a lot of meh, everybody. That is a lot of meh. It's, you don't find a lot of that much meh in one time. So hey, that's something worth discussing. And then you go into the actual features like the calendar, stuff like that. The calendar had really good grades. The calendar got 48.6% B grade and then 11.8% A grade from those who've responded so far. So that's really interesting, right? Like that's very neat. And to see y'all like some things. Now there are things that didn't get a lot of love. And I talked about how disappointed I was with communication. Well, 40.7% of players said that they gave communication a C and stability a C, as well as 12% gave it a D, and then another 5% gave it an F. So communication stability definitely took a step back this past month. Simon says the heroic SMS did not help people's opinions of the officers. Agreed. Well, heroic SMS is separate from the officers, in my opinion. They're separate from the officers. There's two different things. The officers, yes, are on their own, but the heroic SMS is part of the event structure. And the heroic SMS has been basically messed up for 4 months now, where they changed to a new heroic SMS format. The first version of this heroic SMS, I honestly didn't have a big issue with. Like, I wasn't happy about it because it's heroic, but at least made sense because you were getting 88 officer shards. You were getting Wei Yun, and then you were getting officer pulls that resulted in 80 officer shards in the officer store. So I hated the milestones of the heroic SMS, but at least the payouts matched it. Well, now the heroic SMS, the payouts don't match it at all. So it's just really, really, really awful. And they are running the heroic SMS now. They did change it to where the first milestone includes 7 Beverly shards. That actually activated today. So the first milestone of today's heroic SMS makes sense. I mean, it's okay. Like, if you go and reach it now, it's actually a good reward. The stupid thing of it is there's absolutely no freaking point to do the final 3 milestones. So, like, it's supposed to be this, like, we're reaching out to the players, we're giving you what you want, but at the same time, well, this is stupid. Why the absolute heck you only get 7 and then nothing for the rest? So, just to point out, because I'm probably going to sound hypocritical, because it's a leaderboard, I will be upgrading a couple things. I do want to reach that first milestone. The first milestone is very completable for the average player to get those shards, but generally speaking, yes, the heroic SMS is something that, like I said, I got through. Today was my 3rd meeting with Scopely. This was a big meeting where there was a lot of us from like the mods, content creators, etc. involved, and we're getting feedback on what's coming and what's upcoming. And part of that is also providing feedback of, hey, this is just not good. This needs to change. So we've been passing along a lot of your concerns. When we get more people here, I'll go in a little bit more detail. It takes people time to kind of roll in. But as we get more people into the stream, I'll kind of go in a little bit more detail of what all we discussed today. As much as I can. Y'all know that I can't say everything, obviously, because of NDA. But I will still kind of talk about some basics, and then also maybe preview a little bit of next month. Was there actual demand for another surprise Picard Beverly and Picard auction, or was it Scope trying to generate last minute revenue at the end of the month? So in this particular case, Mr. Flibble, anytime there's an SLB, I can't tell you that money's not involved. It is. But the reason that you're getting another, and a reason that Picard Beverly is part of the first milestone, is in response to players requesting it. Mostly complaining because how it's supposed to be every month is that a rare officer has a free-to-play sourcing through SMSs, Battle Pass, etc., some form of combination therein. Whereas this past month, one of the problems was Picard Beverly couldn't be sourced even if you had bought the Battle Pass and done the SMSs. So this existing is in response to player requests and feedback to allow Picard Beverly to have that sourcing. But at the same time, anytime there is a leaderboard, well, money is involved. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's just all for the players and they love everybody. I mean, they did listen, but at the same time, like, well, we're gonna listen, but we're also gonna make a buck. So there's your mix. There's your mix. It is them, because there were I can just tell you as a content creator, I fielded a slew of players really upset that there were not enough opportunities, including not enough in the SMSs to get Picard Beverly. So yeah, that was requested. But at the same time, did they need to do it with a heroic SMS? Probably not, but they did. So 3 alliances coming together for defense against row violating rogues. Gotta love teamwork. Go 92. Boo. Hope y'all are having fun. That sounds awful. Probably one of the reasons why server 92 sounds like it's dying. I've had many people come to me say it's dying. There's been a ton of drama on that server. Yet to unlock my first epic yet. Did max my first 2 ships and unlock the Botany Bay yesterday. Oh, nice, big boy. Look, we love having newer players here. And one of the things that I'm actually working on, and Norm, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but 92 has had a crap ton of drama. Big boy, I'm actually been working with one of the devs about updating some of the older events to make it easier for players like yourself to advance in the game and unlock things faster. So I've actually made some good headway with that. Now, I can't take all the credit. I have been pushing for a lot of this for a while, but actually some really good things in terms of listening and adjusting happening on that front, which is really nice. So y'all can expect to potentially see that. I can't tell you when, but relatively soon, like actual soon, not like phantom soon, like a legitimate soon. So Try 49, where the Whale Alliance has scooped up all the whales from other alliances and now declared war on everyone. Play our way or die. See, that actually sounds like there's engagement, Wolfwood. And if all of the whales are in one alliance, that means the entire server can band together and win with numbers. And that's what I see across a lot of servers. So that at least provides some level of something. You know, hopefully that it's not toxic, which sadly toxicity happens, but it is what it is. The beginners have been fantastic. Oh, great. I mean, I released a beginner video yesterday, and I realized that my beginner videos are not going to like really pop off like some others are, but at the same time, I think they're needed so that people can understand some of the basics of the game that maybe they don't know. So, which, by the way, give me just a second, y'all, because I'm actually going to do some upgrades here. We got this beautiful ship. It's called a Pylum. It's absolutely stunning, and every single one of you should be jealous that I have it. It's a gorgeous bird, and I need to decide if I want to upgrade. See, uncommon ship parts become such a bottleneck. Do I have more pulls? So I need more pulls. Thank goodness for a solid alliance to help you out. So the good and bad of this game, I don't even like to word that it's bad, but it just is what it is. The good and bad of this game is that it is quite complex. There's a lot of depth to it. And depth means that you can play it for a long time and enjoy it. But depth also means that there's a learning curve to get into it. And you feel like there's always something new that you just got to pick up. So it's a good thing if you're a player who loves that. If you're a player who just kind of wants to jump in and have Star Trek, maybe it's not as alluring. But I'm one of those that I love the depth. The depth for me is good. I like the depth. But, damn, I need to go hit interceptors. I'm out of parts. Like, I've been actually hitting hostiles just for parts, and I'm out of them. Damn. Is there a bonus refinery this month? Yes, Luffy. There's actually a bonus refinery every month. Bonus Refinery is now a set in stone thing. So we actually get one every single month. So yes, you will be getting a Bonus Refinery this month. On my way to 5 years of this game, so much has changed since November 2018. Yeah, it has. It absolutely has, and in a good way. All right, I actually think I'm going to do this. It's a lot of uncommon, but honestly, it's either this or upgrade the Katinga to tier 5, and I don't honestly think I need the Katinga to tier 5. I'm debating. What do I upgrade? Do I take the Katinga to tier 5, or do I upgrade the building? Because I don't really need a tier 5 Katinga. I want one. I don't really need it. I don't honestly need a tier 5 Katinga. Really don't need it. This month mean the start of next month, though, or will it just pop up? What do you mean, Marty? What do you mean? Because March... Didn't March already have a bonus refinery? Did we have a bonus refinery at the beginning of the month? Didn't the first week of March have the bonus refinery? Or am I misremembering? Am I misremembering? I could have sworn, didn't the first week have bonus refinery? If it didn't, I will follow up on that today. That was the Feb one. I'm pretty sure it's just going to roll over and that's how it is. So. We had one at the beginning of the month, but that was the Feb one. So basically, it just got pushed back 3 weeks. So you're a little bit delayed. A little bit delayed. But to my knowledge, that's still the same format. I'll follow up on it here. I'll actually send a message now. Okay. Do you know when the bonus refinery? All right. So I just shot a message to this upcoming Arc Runner to ask. So I just shot a message to this Arc Runner to just ask and try to follow up. So my problem been playing since the game released, and I barely made it to 38. I just don't get enough resource for upgrading. So Steve, that we would honestly, and please understand, I'm not saying this in a rude way. I'm not trying to be rude. We would probably need to see like your playing practices and what you're doing, because from a game economy standpoint, you could be 50 by now if you were even at free to play starting November 2018 to now. You could be level 50. So in terms of game economy, so we need to kind of look at like maybe what you're doing every day, what you're focusing on, to see why you're not getting the resources. Because if you're only level 38 and you're feeling you're level 38 because you don't get enough stuff, then we need to find out why you feel that way. Maybe there's some inefficient practices you're doing. Because from just an economy standpoint, you could be 50 plus as a free to play. Just from an economy standpoint. Now, realistically, if you want to talk about being a strong player, mid 40s is a free to play. If you started when the game started. So it'd be great if they could just pick a week and say first full week or last full week. I mean, Marty, you know I'm going to agree with that, man. I'm going to agree with that. Get them to agree with it. And the problem with Scopely is standards and keeping everything on a cycle that it should be on doesn't happen enough. And I mean, I was like, DJ's really frustrated right now. Like, in the next week, you're probably going to hear Rev being the more happy, realistic than DJ. DJ's really frustrated, but I think DJ's frustrations are valid. So, but I did follow up, and I am going to talk to the Arc Runner about the bonus refinery and see if I can just keep harping on that. Because what it really comes down to, here's how it works, not just in this game, but in a lot of games, okay? This is how this just gaming in general tends to work for MMOs. Anything that has event type structures, and it's not just Scopely, so let's not get crazy on Scopely here, because it's not just them. But what ends up happening is certain things in games get people who that's their thing. And what happens is if that person doesn't keep on it, or that person maybe has something else that becomes more important, it's not like a team-wide, oh, do that. No, that was just what that person was doing. So because that's how it typically runs, if that person doesn't stay on top of it every month to make sure it happens, it falls through the cracks. And I'm not saying that's how it should be. I'm just saying that games like this, that's how it tends to be. Sometimes things like a bonus refinery can fall through the cracks. But I will always try to be there to yell at the cloud just for y'all. Maybe a CC video should make a video about standards. Yes. Yes. DJ messed up reels in that going into the G5, and he lost G4 parts. Yep. That's why Rev's not going anywhere. Well, I don't rush. Take my freaking time. But, I mean, DJ could also beat me one-on-one if he wanted to. DJ could wipe the floor with my ships one-on-one. So, I will... Gosh, man, I'm so torn. I'm so torn. I'm gonna do it. I love my Klingons so much. I'm gonna do it. So this will do my milestone. I'm gonna do it. Click, click, click. Here's went 3 billion tritanium. At the end of the day, we're here because it's a video game and video games are supposed to be fun. And let me just be honest. Katinga is fun. So it's fun. Katinga's fun. Greetings from Croatia. Today you stole 750,000 OPCG3 of various stuff. That is awesome. You should be proud of yourself. You should be proud of yourself. It's slow. Every battleship is slow, but it's strong. It might be a slow lumbering beast, but it's a sexy slow slumbering beast. It's a sexy beast. Any word on incursions? Nothing that I can share with y'all. Nothing that I can share. There we go. Tiered up. Bam. I can tell you that it's still being worked on and that there is progress there. But yeah. Check your specialty ships or max at 26. I mean, I don't have a 26 to max right now. I need to go get another one. But it's so pretty. Like, how do you not want to upgrade this? It's so pretty. Look at it. And I'm not building a battleship for a long time, so I've got the parts. It's so pretty. So, Voyager will be coming to the game, Crow. I can't tell you when, but Voyager will be coming to the game. So, there we go. 22 days. That's a long time. Let's speed it up. And there we go. Tier 5. But Voyager is coming into the game. But a lot of things are coming into the game. So, level 47, what's the next camping spot? 49. And I did a video about it semi-recently. If you haven't checked it out. Picard Season 3 has reignited my love of Star Trek. Would rather a 3-month arc on that than Voyager. I'm glad you're loving Picard. It's freaking amazing. I would encourage you to check out Lower Decks, which just got renewed for Season 5. And check out Strange New Worlds, which just got renewed for Season 3. And Season 2 hasn't even come out yet. So shout out to those two shows. Shout out to those two shows. Well, Andy, I did not say Voyager's coming this month. I obviously am not going to give it away, but Voyager is coming to the game. Strange New Worlds Season 2 not only starts in June, Strange New Worlds Season 3 just got ordered this past week. So it is going to be developed. Like, it's paid for, ordered, it's coming. Which that shows you how good Strange New Worlds is doing. Is before the second season even ran, they've already listed and started paying for Season 3 to get done. That's dope. That's dope. So far, I have 22 million in station power, and I plan on gaining more. Also, after I destroyed the whale that belongs to Ghost Vikings started surrounding my base, so I had to move it. Sounds like normal gameplay. That sounds like normal gameplay. Need to actually upgrade these officers real quick. Bloop, 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 bloop. Spam, spam, spam. Yeah, Lower Decks. I said that. Lower Decks got renewed for Season 5, and Strange New Worlds got renewed for Season 3 before their new seasons have already launched. Like, Season 4 hasn't even started for Strange New Worlds. I'm sorry, for Lower Decks, and Strange New Worlds hasn't started Season 2, but they've already got renewed. All right, there you go. Tier 5. Now, where am I at on the leaderboard? Let's see where I'm at on the leaderboard. Rank 2. Wow. People are real. I mean, granted, it's only been up for an hour, but people are really not jumping up and down for this set, are they? People are really not jumping up and down for this. But now I've got a Tier 5, very pretty, very gorgeous Katinga. Now I just need to do research to match it. Should I build a D4 to help me, my Augur Enterprise with Solar Armados, to use my max out? And well, David, honestly, Your D4 is second. Where's your Talios? Where's your Defiant? Talos and Defiant are both better and both interceptors. So Picard Beverly is good against freebooters, but I'll be completely honest, I never use her. I never use her. She is good versus freebooters. I just don't need her. I mean, she works. I just don't need her. I use Picard Beverly only for her below deck ability. This is her value. Yes, this works, but it's not needed. I could go do my dailies with freebooters with a ship below my level. So like I'm level 46, which means the expectation should be that it costs me a 46 ship. I can go do it with a Valdor, no problem. Like I'm there's just no point to her as a officer. She does work, but if you have the Strange New World officers, you don't need her. You don't need her. There's several different ways to run it. So now they did, just because Brian brings it up, they did make an adjustment to the Elite SMS, the Elite Flash Pass here. The Elite Flash Pass now includes Tau. And they just made that happen. They added Tau to the Elite Flash Pass. And we did bring up to them that the people who already bought it might have bought the $100 one. What are you going to do? And I don't have an answer for what they're going to do. I have no idea what they're going to do. But in terms of value, well, the $100 Flash Pass is valuable. $100 Flash Pass is valuable. Order, they sent you the shards directly? Good. Well, good. So if you buy the, you got a comp chest. Good. I didn't even realize you got a comp chest. I guess I missed that note. Well, that's good. You got a comp chest. Iron Fister, I don't have stream mirrors pulled up right now. Oh, I missed that announcement then. Any news on free-to-play Tau sourcing? No. Marty, come on, dude. Tau was brought in as a revenue generator. I don't expect him to have free-to-play sourcing in the first month. He just brought in as a revenue generator. So they're sending the shard for people who already purchased. So if you already purchased the $100 option, you're getting the shards as a chest. So there you go. There you go. I can't do freebooters right now. I could actually go do swarms though, because I got a tier 4 tally as we talk about chat. The problem with that is those who went $10 over $100, that would have changed it. I mean, sure, graduated, those people exist. Scopely might not care because the amount of those people isn't very high. They might see it as there isn't enough of those people. Maybe. I mean, I'm just talking out loud. I can't really say why or how. Like that's scope. So. Frustrating inconsistency, not really player friendly. At least those that win $100 got comp. Yeah, there you go. I mean, we are talking about people who spend a lot of money, right? Like $100 is more than it costs for you to pre-order Diablo 4. So. Officer's not very good in terms of maxing them out. Can you tell me how many rare epics I need to have max for transporter patterns? You just need to have any rare or epic officer max to start getting transporter patterns. Any rare or epic will start getting you transporter patterns. You get 75 per rare shard once it's a maxed officer, and if you have a maxed epic, it's 400 per shard. So, could be a good addition of faction hunt when I run 4 ships to finish quick, but other than that, Bev will sit on the shelf. Yeah, it's the theme for last month is very niche use. Not bad. Picard's not bad. Bev's not bad. It's just very niche. Like, you're not going to go replace, if you have the full battleship strike team, you're not replacing anybody with Admiral Picard, unless he's maybe maxed. You're not replacing anybody with Admiral Picard. If he's maxed, you might replace Ortegas, right? Now, you might use Picard on an Enterprise fighting another Enterprise, or an Explorer fighting another Explorer, instead of using the Explorer strike team. But that's just because the Explorer strike team is pretty weak, even with the buff. It's better now, but it's just very niche, right? And like, if you had a tier 1 Picard is probably only going to be useful to a player in the 20s or low 30s. I mean, Picard really needs to be leveled up to be valuable. Well, that's the thing, Sean. If you want to do it as an anti-strike team officer, Well, that implies that we're doing anti-Explorer Strike Team. Explorer Strike Team is the weakest of the 3 strike teams. If I have Battleship Strike Team, I don't need Picard. I'm going to win anyway. And if I have Interceptor Strike Team, I'm probably winning anyway. So, it can win, but he's not a big game changer. He can win. He's just not like super crazy. Just, he's something. Ops 2600K power. Once my dailies are done, what should I be doing to maximize my time? Working on upgrading your Franklin, doing data mining for the Augment faction. So, EST is the best. Just use Wei Yu and Pawn Honor Guard Wharf. Well, first of all, that's not the best, right? Because you literally just took away one of the strike teams. And even if you only use a mixed bag, which I talk about in my video, that Explorer Strike Team is really only good if you run a mixed set. You run Honor Guard Wharf in that combination versus a good Interceptor Strike Team, you're getting your butt kicked. And you're definitely not beating a high-end Battleship Strike Team. You might do a little bit better, but even with Honor Guard Wharf helping you, you're not better. Absolutely not true. Maze, I can guarantee you that I've run more logs and seen more studies of this than you have. Now, can you beat low-level strike teams with that? It will help, yes. But Honor Guard Wharf is literally the devil versus Interceptor Strike Team. Interceptor Strike Team is designed to dominate versus stuff like Honor Guard Wharf. That's literally what they're designed to do. I mean, they're crit / anti-crit individual builds. And then Battleship Strike Team, especially if you're talking maxed Battleship Strike Team, which I run into all the time, you're not flipping the triangle with that. Honor Guard Wharf is a great card. But the problem is Explorer Strike Team is the weakest of the group, which is why they went and buffed it. But it's still not stronger than Battleship Strike Team. So, Admiral Picard is Marcus with PvP. Admiral Picard and Marcus do 2 completely different things, but I get what you're saying. So, which should be good companions to use? Hammer. I've tried several combinations. It just doesn't work. I'm trying to hit heavy traders with a tier 6 G3 Epic. If you're trying to hit heavy traders with the G3 Epic, you're not going to get anywhere with Strange New Worlds. You don't get anywhere with an Epic hitting heavies with Strange New World. This is not going to work. So, yeah, the Strange New Worlds is basically for specialties and for hunting level 52 plus hostiles. So if you are G3 Epic, you're wanting to run Bevmud Khan or Bevmud Talon, depending on the level of your Khan. Like, you got a low level Khan, he's not as effective as a max Talon, which is really easy to max early on. And if you're a player in the 40s, like I've got a Pylum, then you would just run Pike Moreau Talon versus the heavies. You know, now if you're fighting a Belosian trader, well, then Strange New World is awesome. If you're fighting a freebooter, Strange New Worlds is great. Heavy traders in capital systems, Strange New Worlds are not the meta, not the go-to strat. So, apologize for this community elsewhere, but can anyone explain why some people got a comp chest with a featured glass refit on the 16th? I don't have anything to discuss on that. Maybe somebody in chat can help you out, John. Which ship would you recommend? A Gladius or Intrepid? Trying to decide which one to invest in. Currently have a Saladin. Honestly, Swift doesn't honestly matter because the game is real more about research and officers than ships. I would say if you have a Saladin, then you might not have the materials to really invest in a Gladius. The Intrepid is slower than the Gladius, though, and you might hate how slow it is. It really is slow. So, it is good to build a 32 in today's game because 32s are going to help you with solo armadas when you hit 35. It'll be nice to have that 32 there. But if you're very low on materials, the crystal and everything, might not want to go for the Gladius, but the Intrepid is going to be hella slow. Be hella slow. Using your old PvP officers for away teams, same. Glass is awesome. You actually dropped the Sally. The Saladin is a fantastic boat, but it is not what it once was. I mean, new players coming in probably really enjoy the Saladin, but unless you're a player who was around at least 2019, you've never experienced the Saladin truly being OP. Jesse, I'm aware of what happened with the glass skin. I just have nothing to talk about with it. Like, I know what happened. I got nothing to say. So nobody's really ever experienced the Saladin being OP unless you played the game in 2019 or the end of 2018. It's a good ship, don't get me wrong, but it's no longer like this must-have dominant, oh gosh, you got to have it. Yeah, it's an aging rock star, right? Like, the original people who have it still swear by it, but that's because they don't really, realize how much that it's, diminished in its overall power. And good morning, Myron. How are you doing? Been playing for 3 or 4 years. Just skip the Sally. Nice, Jux. And again, I like the Saladin. But like, if I'm a level 28 player and I'm looking at the Vidar, which is way more important long term, I'm looking at my upcoming faction ships, looking at my horizon, I want to spend that crystal in other places. So it's still good for smaller base cracking, but that's the thing, Brian. You can use a Bortus and crack a base just as well as with a Saladin. Now, the Saladin is great for base cracking in the 40s because it's super cheap and it's got that big gun. But I can crack a base just as easily at level 28 with a Bortus as I can a Sally. So, hey, Samus, how you doing? What purpose is that extra step to claim chests? It just does nothing but make you take an extra step. What are you talking about, Richard? What do you mean? Are you talking about the buckets they added? Well, that's simply for organization because we have so many things now. And I'm telling you, this is my opinion. I'm not telling you to agree. I prefer this way more. I like the organized buckets than just this everything slammed on one screen and I got to slide through what I want. That's just my personal opinion. It's a cleaner look and it's also easier to go to what I need. But I understand not everybody agrees with that. It's my fault. Yes. You hate the buckets, more clicking to get what I need. And that's fine. If you don't like the buckets, that's cool. I would say that the response that I've kind of gleaned from talking to players is most like it, but not everybody does. Everybody does. Also, just a reminder, because we got like 300 something people here. If y'all have not done the survey covering last month, here's the link. Go do the survey. We have had a great set of responses. The most response we've had in 48 hours for these ARC surveys yet. Can't wait to break down the data with Archduke and everybody and then take it to Scopely and show them what y'all are saying. But if you want to make sure that your responses and your opinion and your thoughts are heard, go do the survey and make sure you get your alliance to do it as well. The more that y'all participate in this type of stuff, the more that Scopely has to listen, and then the more impact your voice actually has. So it's Rev's fault. I didn't say it's my fault, honestly, Edward, because I never suggested it. I never suggested these buckets, but I like it. I never suggested this, but I do like it. This wasn't my suggestion, but I like it. Like, I'll gladly brag about the things that I helped make a change for in the game, and that wasn't one of them. I'm not that humble. Like, I'll be honest about things I'm able to do. How's the house coming along? Still working on saving to fix the foundation, but generally speaking, it's good. My plan is to have another engineer come out in about another 6 months and see if the sinking is like progressing, if it's stable, etc. But it's definitely got a huge drop. So, hence the fundraiser. By the way, if y'all want to support the channel, exclamation point donate, even if it's $5, $10, $1 billion. If you got $1 billion, well, shout out Elon Musk. Support my YouTube channel. Yeah, there's the donate links there in the chat if you do want to support. Not required, but it's definitely appreciated. Just want to say hi and thank you for all the great work you do, especially the stuff we do not see. Well, I appreciate it, Ryan. I do work really hard. I want this game to be successful. I want the players to love it, and I want it to last a long time. So, I do. What level Cerritos is needed to unlock extra weekly event? Cryo, you have to have a tier 5 Cerritos and then also be level 40 plus. So if you actually go into it, it does tell you. It's, is it this one? Yeah, so reach tier 5 with your Cerritos to unlock the second event, but you also have to be tier 5 and level 40 plus. So it's not just tier 5. It's tier 5 and level 40 plus. Here's a future thought. We have the Discovery. Whenever they put out the Prodigy arc, the Protostar is going to be the new Discovery. Thoughts? When that happens, that makes sense. Have I tested the new Picard? Yeah, I've tested him plenty. What do you want to know about him? What do you want to know about him? He's solid. He's niche, but he's solid. Click weight crash. We talked about Phil. Is Scopa doing anything for Friday, March 32nd? I don't get what you're saying. So I have no idea what you're saying. Maybe I'm dumb. Just against explorers or all? What do you mean? He only works against explorers. Oh, April Fool's joke. See, the blonde kicked in. I was like, what the heck is he, man? What's this man talking about? April Fool's jokes. Nice. Yeah. So, well, you made Rev look stupid on his own channel. Are you proud of yourself? Are you proud of yourself? Taking odds 47 until at least 2 factions are locked in champion should be a goal. Not necessarily. I mean, you don't need that till you're getting odds 50, but I mean, you can make that a goal and that's fine. Like, it's not a bad goal. I just don't think it's a must do. Like, I wouldn't sit at 47 and go, well, I'm not champion yet. I'm not going anywhere. But I think it's a solid goal to set for yourself. And Marty, we've actually had multiple years where the April Fool's event revolved around tribbles. That's actually happened multiple times. So, any comments about that single rogue guy that terrorized our server, changed his name every few hours, held mining systems hostage for his day? Troy, all I can say is, as long as he's not breaking terms of service, like, you know, being racist, homophobic, sexist, all that other, you know, stuff. He's not doxing anybody. More power to him. It's a completely legitimate playstyle. Completely legitimate playstyle. Question about rep bonuses, ship loot bonuses, etc. And all research apply to rep gains. Do they also increase rep losses? What do you mean? Like, if you've got a bonus gaining rep from 5 of 11, she does not then increase the amount of rep you lose. That's what you're asking. I might wait going to 48 until I'm triple locked at 1 build. So I'm at 46 and I'm just trying to lock 1. I'm actually working on getting the Klingons better right now. Are Franklin ship BPs only from events? Franklin ship BPs currently are obtained through the Cosmic Cleanup event on Saturdays. That's the way to obtain the Franklin. I like the bundling in principle, but it's not the real point. Many of the chests need deleted or merged rather than just bundled. So you're one of the ones that wants to, like, just get rid of, say, the 10-minute chest. You hate the 10-minute chest. Are you one of those? Which, if you do, that's okay. I'm not mad at you. I got no issue with that. Got no issue with that. So, needs a foundation for his house foundation. You're right, David. It's wild being a homeowner, man. It's wild being a homeowner. And I'm not a fan of deleting the 10-minute chest. I just think the 10-minute chest should scale to be better. But I think it should just scale to be better. But I don't think getting rid of it is what you should do. But that's just, again, that's just me. I am not the end-all be-all of this game. I'm just a very dedicated player. And I was 44, have Fed locked at 1 bill and 75 to ROM glorified. Very nice, Edmund. Again, I slow play my game a little bit more than everybody else because I really do try to focus on what I believe is enjoyable. So I am glorified with ROM at 506, and then I'm working on my Klingon, which is at 250, getting it to glorified. And I'm more focused on my Klingon than I am a ROM. Should I continue to scale my Mantis as I increase ops level? So, John, a lot of players have stopped the Mantis at around tier 5 because the efficiency to the Master Refinery just gets really stupid. Like, it costs so much without really giving you much in return. It kind of depends on where you're at. If you're at level 37, yeah, level your Mantis. But if you're in the 40s, you may not be thinking about maxing it. So, you don't need 50,000 trid or 100,000 par. So, here's what they could do for the 10-minute chest. I did not give this enough love when I covered the X-Borg faction. Does anybody actually paid attention to the research for the biominerals? I've got 500% right now. Has anybody actually paid attention to this? I did not think about how much it scales. This is actually ridiculously good scaling. I really didn't even think about it because I was so focused on the sweeps, and the sweeps are amazing. But this actually makes your original Franklin run stupid good. To the point that when I do my sweeps at reset tonight, or I'll do my daily at reset tonight, the research I'm going to do is not materials research. The research I'm going to do is not resource research. The resource I'm going to research, I'm doing this. I'm taking this to 8,000%. I'm taking that to 8,000%. So what you could do is the 10-minute chest, they could have a research that boosts their payouts. Same method. And the reason I know they can do it, because they are already doing it with the Bajoran faction. If you go to the Bajoran faction, you literally have a favor that adds ultra recruit tokens and more lat to this chest. You already have that. You've already got something that does it. So just do something that, now you can't make the 10-minute chest better than anything in the world, but just make it pay out something decent. So Dale, I'll have tier 2 tomorrow, but I will get literally tonight in roughly what, 9 hours, 8 hours, I will have tier 2 of that swarm research. Is the Burrell better than the Glass or Intrepid? So short answer, Leonard, is this is just generally speaking, no ship is better than its counterpart in the same tier. It's all about research and officers. If you have better officers for an explorer, then that Burrell is going to be freaking amazing than your Gladius. That said, if you want to get the Enterprise at level 34, you probably don't want to invest in the Burrell, because the Burrell takes the same materials that the Enterprise does. But if you are wanting to get the Augur instead, then the Burrell is completely fine. That's the only reason to think about it. Hank, thank you for being a member of the channel for 8 months. I appreciate the support. People like Hank are the reason I'm able to do this, by the way. So like if you are enjoying the content, if you get on Twitch and you giggle a little bit, whatever it is, if you appreciate the content, then people like Hank are the reason that it can keep going. So even if you don't donate, y'all make sure you thank people like Hank, because I'm very appreciative. And Hank actually just gifted out a membership, so I appreciate it. Yeah, Dale, what I can do is do a before and after. Dale, what I want you to do, though, remind me, Crush, congratulations, you just got a membership thanks to Hank being extremely generous. What I want you to do to remind me, because as you can see, I've already pulled, please blow me up on Discord to remind me to take a screenshot of before and after. I've already got the 500% bonus. So I can show you what tier 1 to tier 2 goes to. But just please ping me on Discord to remind me, and I will then show what it is. The differences. What is better alternative than Saladin? I'm still using Saladin as the main ship. I wonder if the Gladius worth it. As you tier up, each tier of ship is going to be better than the previous tier. It just really depends on how are you planning to run your future. So if you're in that level range, Pro, you need to be thinking about, how am I going to do solo armadas at 35? What do I want to be my primary grind ship? What resources am I going to devote to? And then you kind of build around that. You need base refinery screenshots? Not really, Robert. I've got all that information, but I just want to show, I want to do a basic screenshots tonight just to give people an example. People just want quick visuals. Sadly, most people don't want in-depth math. Sadly, they don't want in-depth. And I do in-depth math, but most people just want quick. Here's what it does. Here's what it does. This is why it's good. So, but I mean, we have that information already, the base numbers. But it scales so big, like 500, 8,000, 15,000, what, 30,000? I mean, it scales pretty damn high. So, Origin says I've got it 8,000. Dill pays out 17 million with tokens, but the higher swarm gives 252 million raw. You need the research. You need billions per research. So, Origin for you, not a ton, but imagine what it would be for me, right? Check my PMs in Discord. Okay. Cool. That G4 Prime parts research didn't do much on the Borg research tree. Well, yeah, because there's already so many more. Like, does it do something? Yes. And it does help. But I told everybody when that Prime came out, there's already a lot of research that exists for parse efficiency. That doesn't mean it's bad. I don't think that that is bad. I do think it's good, but I don't think it's as good as people think it is. Like, people expect it to be better than it will perform, right? People are expecting, when they see that number, they're like, this would be a big change. It's not going to be a big change, because what have I been talking about for years? Diminishing returns. And I've been harping on this for a long time, y'all. I've been telling people about power creep. I've been bugging Scopely about it for a long time. That's a problem. So it's good. Like, I'm not saying it's bad, but you're not getting near as much as you think you're getting. And I ended up with over 1 million that runs. That works. And I didn't even run 5 of 11. So that's good. That's good. So let's actually pull up that research real quick. Hey, Junior, what's up? Reminder, I'm just going to keep spamming that link throughout the stream. If y'all have not already, go finish the survey. We got that survey. We're going to close it out today. If you haven't done the survey, go do the survey. Make sure your alliance does. But let's take a look at that research. Hit Xborg. And I do think that this is a good research. I really do. But 50% is not that big when you've got this, right? Like, it's, and that's just one. I mean, you got multiple researches in these trees that all do the same thing. So it's not as amazing as it reads, but it's still good. It works. Do you expect the faction event Prime to return, or is it too OP for Scopely? I actually don't know, Simon. It's a good question. Something that I'm trying to get for an update for y'all. Trying to get State of the Game to happen Friday. I'm trying to arrange State of the Game Friday. Y'all know we missed a week. If we can get State of the Game Friday, then maybe that's one of the things that we can bring up. Maybe that's one of the things that we can bring up. Finally used for your econ degree. Look, you didn't know, but one day Scopely was going to need you. Your camping at Ops non still valid? Yes. In my opinion, yes. I believe that if you level for the sake of leveling, you enjoy the game less. And that's like my whole thing. And I think that there's still a lot to do in 3-star before you go up to 4-star. Not everybody likes that, but that's how my playstyle is. And I agree with Brad. Hit the like button. Helps out. Do we ever find out what the iOS comp tokens ended up being? I didn't know. You recommend maxing the Cerritos? Slowly but surely. Like, I'm not going to go out of my way to purchase a pack to max the Cerritos, but as it's happening, sure. I mean, I've got a tier 6 one right now. I'm just kind of meh on it. You know, at the moment, it doesn't need any, oh, there's the uncommon parts. So because I'm going to Coronar, you can see I haven't maxed, or I haven't taken my Cerritos as high as I can, because I am going to slow it down because it doesn't really have any value besides its buff. Now, it does have, the buff is valuable. The buff is valuable. And the duration gets better. But I don't want to start interfering with my Coronar. So I'm not worried about its warp range because I got other ships for that. I'm not worried about a lot. I'm just, can it do my buffing of solo armadas? That's all I personally care about. So as long as I can do all that, I'm fine. And its warp range at tier 6 is 105. Keep in mind that I've got plus 15 because I've got the 3 researches that increase warp range. So, and with it being the Cerritos and an Explorer, I can actually throw TOS Scotty on it, and I can throw Cadet Scotty on it. So Defiant is better to upgrade. It is. Only problem with the Defiant, and I'm running into this problem with the Defiant. Here's my problem with the Defiant. I've got a Pylum, and my Defiant also wants the uncommon ship parts that my Pylum needs. So That's my one drawback to my Defiant. Now, my Defiant's tier 7, which is higher than a lot of people have it currently. So, I'm not super in a pressing need. But I don't want to ignore my Pylum. And then my Talios also needs it. So, it's, let's see. Talios is actually repairing. I'll speed it up so y'all can see it. And my Talios is still only tier 4. So, you're not seeing it yet. But you can see what it's going to need. So if we hit manage, we go to upgrade. You can see it's got common ship parts. You can see it's going to need it. Aaron, thank you for signing to be a cadet and support the channel. I greatly appreciate you. It's going to need it. It just doesn't need it yet, but this will be a problem. Thankfully, Talios and Vidar aren't, not Vidar, Talios and Defiant aren't at the same level, so I'm not worried about it yet. But this is also going to be a problem. So, going to be a problem. I think the ship parts research is good. Save many parts back on efficiency. Yeah, I do think it's good. I just, I'm always keen to try to remind players, be careful about your expectations, because your expectations won't match what the results are unless you really remember how efficiency works in Star Trek Fleet Command. It's just all stacking together. So, ooh, I forgot to do these pulls. How's the bonus refinery work for 4-star? Do you still get the uncommons, rares, and epics if you don't get them in your regular 4-star? The bonus refinery is a completely separate refinery, and it only pays out uncommon, rare, or epic. It does not pay out any common. All right. Ooh, 5 Pike. I'll take that. 2 Ortegas. I actually need to upgrade Strange New World to her. I've got her ready. Let's see. Last one for today. And 10 Ortega. I'll take it. I'll take it. Falcon, I actually don't have the TCG set up on here yet, but for those who don't know, I have designed my own trading card game, and we're kind of going through a live beta. I guess I'm taking a page out of Scopely's book, but in my defense, I'm not a multi-billion-dollar company. I am one person, but I have played it in person. I've already gone through some of it, and it is a playable game, and I enjoyed it. So if you do want to check out the trading card game, let me know. I've got its own Discord. And it is for sale now, but I haven't made a big public push about it, and I haven't even turned its website on yet. And yes, I'm glad you're enjoying the beard. It's getting very beardy. It's getting very beardy. If anybody actually owns a company that has beard products and wants to support the show, we can maybe make an arrangement. Like charisma efficiency? Exactly, Mike. Exactly like charisma efficiency. Exactly like charisma efficiency. Managed refineries are a great source of transporter patterns. It is if you've maxed out the officers. As you can see, I've not maxed out the officers yet, but that is a goal. Ever play Dungeons and Dragons? I've not, Ryan. I've not. I would love to one day, but I have not. Not the system I want. 3-star. Where's the 3-star? Right here. So as a 39, I should really try to do all the 4-star bonus refinery I can get. At level 39, you're not going to get the bonus refinery. Level 39s don't get a 4-star bonus refinery. Unless they change something. Y'all correct me. But they don't get a bonus refinery. Got Beer Commander? Well, Hank, I don't need a product. I'm saying if there is somebody out there who does it, I will do a partnership with you. Like, I'll use your product and you pay me. That's how advertising works. I'm not looking for anything, but I'll gladly partner with somebody because I actually have a beard worth partnering with now. How's my RJ reading coming? RJ. You mean Wheel of Time? I'm still on book 5. I haven't progressed. Honest to God, why I haven't progressed is because I've been focusing on the trading card game. That's why I haven't progressed. So, there's only so many hours in the day. And the trading card game, I'm trying to hire at least one more artist, potentially 2 artists, to get the game pushed out a little bit more. So, that's kind of been my focus. But I am going to get back into it eventually. But yeah, the trading card game is active. It's launched. And there's 2 starter decks. There will eventually be 3 starter decks and enough cards that you can actually buy booster packs for it. So I'm pretty excited. But you got this deck right here, and then you got this deck. So it's on the list. I'll share the link for those curious. But yeah, really, I'm enjoying the nerd thing. I'm just proud that I've made something, right? Here's the biggest thing. We're going to keep talking Star Trek Fleet Command, but let me just hear me out. Realistically, this is not, it's green, so you can't really see it. Sorry. I'm not telling you this is the greatest game ever made. It's a good game. I actually really like it. But I made this, y'all. Like, I made a playable game by myself in my own head. I made a freaking game. I can't tell you how proud I am. It doesn't matter if this thing ever goes crazy and people buy it. It really doesn't. I made a literal, real, playable game. And I'm just so freaking proud of that. So, it's like I built my own chair or my own table. You know, same idea. Freaking made something, man. I'm proud of it. So, if y'all are interested in it, well, y'all can check out the game. So, more coming soon. I have optional rules for the board game, which is getting my kids more interested in actually playing the role-playing version. Well, that sounds freaking awesome, Ryan. That sounds freaking awesome. Is there a Picard Part 2? Well, technically, there was never a Picard Part 1. It was Legacy. But is there another month of that coming this month? Yes, I can go ahead and tell you that much is true. That is coming, yes. That is coming. So, hey, Fenders, how are you? How are you? Yeah, we have a Discord for the card game, and several people interested in it, so... Oh, wait. All right, so I did get a response from the janitor. They are looking into the bonus refinery for this upcoming month. So when I get a response, I will pass along the response to y'all. I will pass along the response to y'all, but they are looking into the bonus refinery. Okay? Is that good? Is that good? Y'all happy? Happy? Maybe? Maybe? You asked the janitor where is the board cannon? Oh, John. Oh, John. John, how are you not in the VIP room? How have you not spent enough to be in the VIP room? Just don't pull a Warner Brothers smash? I don't know what that means. So, we play Star Trek Fleet Command. How happy could we be? I mean, I'm still relatively happy. Look, I have more reason to be unhappy than y'all do. Here's why. Like, let's compare pain real quick. I have to work with Scopely daily. Y'all think it's bad to play their game? Imagine working with them. I've got a freaking brand new house whose foundation needs like $18,000 repair bill. I've got more reason to complain, but I'm still having fun. Okay? Still having fun. As MMO players, are we ever really happy? Look, let's just be honest. If you like MMOs, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not trying to get weird here, but you're a masochist, okay? MMOs, massive multiplayer onlines, are honestly just massive masochist online. That's all it is, because all MMOs are designed to have stupid amounts of grind because they're designed for you to play them every day forever. So if you like MMOs, whether it's a 4X, whether it's an RPG, you're a masochist. So are you ever 100% happy with the grind? No, but do you secretly love it? Yes, you do. You secretly love it. Every single one of you, you do. And that's okay. Just realize it. I keep being asked, can you please get the Talios and the Defiant added to Crucible of War? So, Mike, I may or may have not had a meeting about that very recently. I may or may not have had a meeting about that very recently. What is a 4X MMO? So, what we're playing right now. 4X is a style of game that stands for expand, exploit, or explore, expand. What's the fourth one? Explore, expand, exploit, exterminate, which is this style of game. This is a 4X game. And then MMO simply means massive multiplayer online. So it means lots and lots of people. Lots of people. So an MMORPG would be like World of Warcraft. It's a singular character. You're building it up. Diablo 4. Where a 4X is a strategy game. You know, managing an economy, managing bases and ships and stuff like that. So. Herbalism in World of Warcraft. Oh god, there's a great YouTube video about that. But it's the online community and all the different content creators that make STFC worth playing. Love to hear it, Jason, because that means you like me. And I like when people like me. It's nice to be liked. It's nice to be liked. It's nice to be liked. So thank you. I appreciate you liking me. I do. I'm glad that toxicity of Eve Online is not in this game. Yeah, there is some toxicity here and there in this game, but it's nowhere close to what some other games have gotten to, and I'm very thankful for that. Titan will eventually end up in the game. It will, Junior. The Titan will eventually end up in this game. You are correct. You are absolutely correct. Why the Titan? Well, one, we like the Titan, and two, it's canon. G6 ships confirmed. First of all, I'm not technically confirming anything, but I literally told y'all months ago the pattern for how they release G4, G5. I've already told you what the pattern is. And if y'all listen, maybe you can figure out when that is. So, I'm not saying that Rev knows. Rev just is telling you that it's coming at some point. So, I think toxicity depends on the server. I didn't play the game at all. I returned to FCC after server and merge. Now it's fine. That's good to hear. When did G5 get released? 2021. It got released Q4 of 2021. And G4 got released Q4 of 2019. I don't know if 2 instances count in the pattern. Okay, Robotsky. Okay. Okie dokie. So, okie dokie. Do you think Voyager is going to be a G6 ship? We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, I got to actually put out a ship and do something. Wait, is my Valdor? Oh, slightly smaller. Well, it's the whole health. Yeah, it's the whole health. So, 3 years is not the pattern, Andy. Pay attention. Trust. Wow. Wieners. That is a hell of a YouTube name. And thank you for signing up to support the channel. Thank you for signing up to support the channel. Ford says, I remember before you asking what $20 packs you'd like to see. How about 60 event tickets for $20 as opposed to the 180 for 50? I wouldn't want to pay out 50, but 20 every now and then. I mean, Gordon, it's a good one that we can bring up to them and see if they're down. I think that's a solid one to bring up. So let me actually sort this by group real quick. Where are you at 4? And then sort by string. But yeah, I think that's a solid one. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Absolutely not bad at all. I need to swap this. My bad. Hold on. I can get the Mantis back out. Gotta do our Mantis grind. We need a hardcore Section 31 faction. Well, there are Section 31 officers in the game, but they haven't expanded it to an actual faction. So they definitely could do that. I watch you all the time. Well, that's very kind of you. Time to pay the piper. Appreciate it. Look, if anybody else wants to pay the piper, exclamation point, donate, or check out the merch store. What's the summary on grading? Missed the start of the stream. Summary on the grading is, for the most part, people were pretty happy with March. I mean, if you want just the basics, people were happy with March. The biggest issues with March were not the features. The biggest issues with March were stability and communication. Events were pretty liked. The features were pretty liked. Now, there are specific events that were hated, like the heroic SMS. But generally speaking, the game was very happy about March. They weren't necessarily super happy with Scopely, if you understand like the difference between that. Now, I will say that the Borg store got some pretty negative reviews. But my personal opinion is people's thoughts on the X-Borg store will not stay negative. So I think that they're negative because they're being compared to the research. But I do think that the X-Borg store has value once you've completed all the research. And it could have more value in the future. In your opinion, do you think G6 will have a 45 billion rep lock? Or will they not lock for the new rep max Ordrin? Here, let's bring out our handy dandy calculator. So the 15 billion is what? So 1 billion is 6%, 6.6% of the 15 billion. So it increased by a factor of 15. If you stuck to that same strategy, which I doubt they would stick to the same strategy, that would actually put it to 75, not 45. But 450 billion, that sounds more accurate. putting the next lock at 450 billion sounds a little bit more accurate. I accidentally tried to divide by 0. But if we multiply this by this real quick. Yeah, honestly, it might even be higher than that. I mean, you might be talking about getting into the 1 trillion range. But that's also assuming that there would be better ships, better hostiles. Everything would have to be better for that to happen. 1 trillion is probably not unfeasible if 6-star really is going to come out. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying that I can see that happening. With Syndicate XP in the Battle Pass, are we expecting a Syndicate XP in this mini Battle Pass? I'm not. But I mean, I don't have the calendar for this week. Running out of research at 40, but I'm sticking at 40. The rewards are much better than once got a trillion steel in a few months, and I go, I was 41. That's a lot of steel. Well, still, you put your pinky at the corner of your mouth when you say 1 trillion. I could, and you'll be happy to know I actually know that reference. That is Austin Powers. Now, I didn't know until I was a grown man that Mike Myers played like every character in that movie. But yeah, I am happy to say that I know that reference. Do health real quick. Sorry, I gotta do these officers. Boop, boop, boop. Done. More efficiency being laid out to help people progress further. It makes me, my dumb butt, think 6-star is Q4 this year. We'll see. Now, I will be really open about this. Listen, and if there's any high levels here, but I know almost no player who is G5 right now, including 60s, who want G6. I don't know of any. Now, if you are in 5-star and you want 6-star to release, speak up. I personally do not know a single G5 player, including Max, who want G6 to come out. Hell, I'll even ask in my chat, is there anyone here who wants G6 to come out anytime soon? I'll even throw this in my alliance real quick. I honestly don't know anybody. Adam says I want G6 so the G5 economy might improve. Well, we both know that that wouldn't be an immediate improvement, Adam, but sure. Ask Trade. I already know Trader's answer. I already know her answer. Already know her answer. G6 might actually make Trader quit. So, but I know her answer. I mean, she's on my server. Oh, we've already got one that says, why not? So, sure, Diz wants it. He already has a second account to 60. I mean, we've got, and we talked about this on my Twitch stream last night. I have multiple players in my alliance who are level 60 who have multiple versions of the 6-star ships or 5-star ships. Like Theory has got 2 Enterprise Ds. He's got 2 Rotarans, and he has a Dideridex. So, they're going to kick you for asking a dumb question. It is possible. So I'm real curious what my question does to my chat. But I mean, and I understand that there probably are those who exist. I just personally don't really know people who want it to come out. So if it makes G4 and G5 cheaper, why not? Hey, there's always a reason to do something, right? Did he pay for the second ships or were they from grinding epic armadas? I'd have to ask him, but I'm not here to speak for their money, but I will tell you that they do spend a significant amount in my alliance. So I don't think G5 economy is ready for the rush of players at that level. It took them over a year to get G4 ready. I don't disagree with you. I'm simply asking a question. Simply ask a question. We have a whale who is getting his butt kicked. Pretty sure he'd love G6 to come out soon. Nice, John. Nice. If G6 comes out, it'll require a massive rebalancing of the game from G3 up. It's way too out of balance as it is today. Sorry to tell you, Graduate McKay, that balance is probably never going to get fixed. I was talking about that with Jess. For those that don't know, Jess is a moderator with both the VIP mods and the regular moderation team on the Discord. And talking about the same thing, how the imbalance between G4 and G5 is just too egregious. But I don't think they're ever going to change that, right? So, would rather they fix incursions and make things like TC more interesting? Well, two different things there, Frail. Like, making incursions better is operations. That's the people who run events. G6 would be game design. G4 scrap needs overhaul. Oh, yeah, dude, me and Ripper have tried that for a while now. And it's already got overhauled once. It's just not good. It's just not good. It's already been overhauled once. Let me hit this. Let's see. Oh, let's see. I won't push 60 until G6 comes out, just like I waited. So a lot of them saying what y'all said. I don't care what next is going to. I like to allow smaller folks to see the next class of ships as a goal to work towards. I mean, that's all right. Anyone has a build XO? Do I have a build XO? Hold on, give me a second. XO. Do I have one? No, I just got repair and warp. So, just repair and warp. Considering G5 ships started with double the power of the old G4 epics, the first uncommon would probably start with 360 minute power, some ridiculous number. I'm not sure if you've seen Terra, but like the ships that come out now, like the 5-star epics, are pushing 1 billion. So I would actually theorize that a G6 uncommon would start around 1 billion power. Start. If they want to keep the same like ridiculous scaling that's going on. So let me see. Let me actually check our systems real quick and see if I can find Theory's base and scan it. Let's see if I can find it so I can show y'all. Let's see. Not here. I'm not sure where he's at right now in our systems. I'll go see if I can find it. But the G5s already scale to massive numbers. So I would expect a G6 uncommon to run, 1 billion coming out the dock. I mean, just stupid numbers, right? Wait, that one doesn't have housing. Let's see, housing. You'd be very surprised, Andy. I wouldn't be surprised. Let's see if Jedi's got anything in. All right, so Jedi, he only has the Crozier set up. Oh, there's the Enterprise. So this is I would call this a baby Enterprise D because it's only tier 6. This is a tier 6 Int D at 650. That's tier 6. I've seen 200-300 million power more than this. But there's Jedi, and that's his tier 6. Let's see, we got one over here. Let's see Behringer. Behringer is not one of our bigger players. And he's got a shield up. Behringer's level 60, but he's not like... Theory and Anders are our two biggest. And I don't see them readily available. But you can see one ship there that's 650. And that's a baby one. But that's not a big one. So when I think about G6 coming out, my brain goes to the ships being 1 billion power like immediately and scaling up to like 2 and 3 billion power. Just stupid numbers. So my hope is that they would actually improve scaling and it not be that ridiculous, but we'll see. But yeah, Crow, if they bring out G6, they will then raise the level max. Level 57 should not be able to hit a 39. I disagree, but that's fine. I disagree. And actually, let me check pvptarget.com. A 57 lowest is 37. Not 39. It's actually, you can punch down to a 37. The 60 can punch down to 39. 57 can punch down to 37. Why can't you level 20? You should be able to. In my opinion, you should be able to, Junior. Universe would need a massive overhaul if they're bringing G6 in the game. Well, here's my concern and thoughts, Andy. G5 wasn't ready when they released it, but they released it anyway because almighty dollar. I think the same thing happened. Doesn't matter if it's ready or not. It'll be about the almighty dollar. And I do think that it'd be a bad move. But, just speaking, I do gotta get a couple shout outs real quick. Because somebody donated to the channel, and I gotta say a big thank you to everybody that supports me and my family. And we like saying thank you too. Shout out to Brian. Obviously, not gonna give out your last name. Don't want to dox you, but thank you for supporting my family. Thank you for donating to the fund. I can't do it without people like you, Brian. You, Hank, everybody supports the channel. You know, it means the world to me. So thank you. Like, legitimately from the bottom of my heart, I'm putting it up here in our list so that you can be recognized. And bam, it's now been added to up top. So thank you so much for supporting me and my family. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot. Thank you. Here, 49 to 50 is still steep. It is steep. 49 to 50 is a very big jump. It is a very big jump. So, if a level 49 at 22 million power can pop me, then how am I too powerful at 2.3 to smash level 20? I mean, I agree with you, but the basic idea is players have a little bit more safeguarding as they learn the game. And then the deeper you get in the game, the more it opens up. That's the idea. It's like a flower. It's like a flower. It's very rare for Scopo to actually release anything that is actually ready to launch. Their working process is to beta test everything with us and make changes as we complain. See, Nick, it actually makes me feel bad because that's kind of what I'm doing with my card game. But my excuse is I'm one person, right? They have an entire team. They have several teams. And that's how they do it. And that just bugs the mess out of me. Like, I get me doing it and asking y'all to buy the card game and enjoy it. And being like, hey, it may not be perfect. It's the first time. The fact that they do it as a company that the last evaluation they had was, they had one evaluation that got to like 5 billion. I think their evaluation currently is like 3 billion again. But that's a ridiculously worthy company to be out here just like with the dumbest logics. But anyway, your card game isn't encouraging people to spend thousands. You're right, Robotsky. Look, this is how I'm different from Scopely. My goal with the card game is to break even. Like, the only reason I'm doing more into the card game is because there's just enough interest to break even. So now I'm going to dump more into it. But then I'm not going to dump any more after that until it breaks even again. As long as I'm breaking even and people are having fun, that's all I personally care about. Sadly, a lot of games are no longer for the love of the game. It's no longer about the love of the game. But anyway, that is what it is. Is it better to keep a level 5 Badgie on lower deck on the ship or a higher level power officer in the slot? James, almost always a higher power officer. The only time Badgie would be any effect is if you are already reaching these bonuses. If you've maxed out these bonuses, then sure, just throw Badgie on there at the end. But generally speaking, officer stats are going to be much more important than Badgie. Link to buy? Try it, sure. I'm assuming the card game, right? Yeah, I'll be more happy to share a link. Here is... I should really make a bot command for this. Yo, Archer, thank you for gifting the sub to Robotsky. There is the first card deck. And here is the second card deck. So each player would need a deck. There will eventually be another deck. And there will also be more cards coming out in the next year, but there you go. When I get a tier 9 Franklin A, I'm pretty sure I'm going to swat swarms with a crazy crew also. Well, remember, Junior, Franklin A maxes out at tier 12, not tier 9. So 4-star ships max out at tier 12. They have an extra set of tiers. Which that also brings up, would then 6-star ships have 15 tiers? Andy, thank you for supporting the channel and being a cadet. I really appreciate the support. I really do. I really appreciate it. What's a good Kamari crew? For what purpose, Monkey? PvP, a good basic one early on in the game. Kirk Spock Khan or Kirk Spock Bones. A good early crew. Depends on what you got, though. Depends on what you got. Have you ever played Cards Against Humanity? I have. Thank you for the badge, Angie. You're more than welcome, James. I'm happy to answer as many questions as I possibly can because this community means the world to me. They've really helped my family. Y'all help support me. Y'all help my kids have food. I mean, I'm here to do whatever it takes to make y'all happy. So, I still have Baby Franklin level 33, but those modulators are crazy. How much you need them? Yeah, you need a ton, which is why I personally am a fan of OPC hunting modulators. Not everybody is fans of OPC hunting modulators, but I am. In fact, because you have a Saladin, Crow, let me show you what you need real quick, Crow. Here's what you need, buddy. Bam. You need the Hunting for OPC, Hunting for a Pizza USS Saladin Pizza Slicer t-shirt. Pick you up one in the merch store, comment section, down below. That's what you need. This is what you need, buddy. You need, Crow. What's the crew for D4 and solos? The same that you would run for anything else in solos? Solos are about mitigation crews and critical crews. There's not a ship-specific crew. Critical crews, mitigation crews are what you're going for. Row violation? If your row violation prevents OPC hunting, then your row is stupid and I will never obey it. And it's stupid and I will speak out against it because it's stupid. So, you gladly give someone all your modulators? We love that. I do the same thing. If I have something extra I don't need, I don't care if somebody pops it. Take it. Take it. If it's something like that, y'all can have it. I don't want to... Oh, I don't have a shield right now. I could totally just take a note. Yeah, let me just send a ship here. Let me just tell this guy, hey, buddy, you're 0. Oh, and you're OPC? Oh, hell. Drift Bandit, thank you so much for supporting the channel. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Hell, let me just go pop this with this. Annie's OPC? Yeah. Or Franklin A, you need more mod. Yeah, Franklin A is also a grind to upgrade, yes. I don't like hitting people in swarm space, but when you get that last tier of Franklin, you kind of think you need it. See, I think there's always a way to repay that, right? Like, yes, hunting somebody OPC in swarm space is probably going to frustrate some people, but you can always give back to the game. And one thing that I say that people should do is if you are done with, say, 3-star, like you don't really need 3-star anymore, fill up a miner with OPC and just lay it out there and say, hey, whoever wants 1,000,000 OPC, here it is. If you're done with the Franklin, just go fill it up real quick and then give it out. You know, do that with probes. Be that community giver. And if more people did that, well, then you wouldn't care if somebody hit OPC. You just need more people who are willing to be generous to the servers. And there are those out there that do that. There are those that do that. And I love the people who do that. It's very awesome to do that for a server. So, like, I'm glad to just throw out OPC and let people take it. I purposely will leave miners OPC. I'll let them go OPC. That way, if somebody hits me, they're getting something. I want to encourage that. So, I want to encourage that. And no, Harrison, if you're OPC and then slam a base, the base doesn't get your OPC. I'm a PvP player, but I respect anyone who plays PvE. Yeah, for sure. I get that. What would you recommend for overall crew for the Bortus? Again, Drift, what are you trying to do with the Bortus? You know, it depends on what officers you have. If you're doing PvP, fighting Centurions, Yuki, Marcus, Khan. I mean, you can run Gorkon, Khan, Kurla, because the Bortus is a kinetic boat. You can run Morale, which is, you know, Kirk, Spock, Khan, or Kirk, Spock, Bones. Really depends on what you have, officer-wise, and what purpose you're trying to go for. If you're PvE grinding, well, then it's always going to be Pipe Moreau Chin. We went to war with an alliance because one of our members hit an OPC Franklin. We brought them to their knees in less than a week. Love it. Does OPC G4 count towards mining dailies? Sadly, no. Sadly, no. Master says I always give out resources if other players need it. Don't really care if I get hit anymore. Same thing, man. Like, I just upgraded my Bortus and I spent like 9 billion trit. And I'm still sitting on 11 billion trit. Like, raid my base. Cool. Take my OPC. Cool. That's why I focused on protected cargo crews. Like, my Meridian right here, that's mining currently. My Meridian has got 284,000 protected. Cool. Take the extra if you find me. My Antares at tier 8 has got 167,000 protected. Cool. Take my OPC if I'm over. I'm still taking home so much. 49 with a tier 6 Corey. Should I push levels or the Corey? Personally, Doomer, I would get one more level or one more tier to your Coronar. One more. With the Franklin A grind, the real sourcing is the dailies. That's the sourcing is the most part, not from killing reds. Agreed. The main sourcing comes from the dailies. I wish I could show the payouts, but I've actually already completed them. I do have this one that I need to go do for some reason. I guess I forgot to hit one freebooter, but yeah. I got Grush, what's his name, but I don't even use him. He's used for protected cargo, but I use the Vulcan Woman for gas mining. So I use Grush mostly for stat stacking armadas. When's a good time to get a 4-star miner? I'd say the mid 40s. I'd say the mid 40s. Like getting one in the early 40s just really isn't needed. The G3 miners are more than capable. I don't even have a G4 miner. I have nothing against them really. They're just not really needed. So I am trying to like slow grind one, and I'll get them from killing hostiles. Maybe I'll eventually get a Hydra. You don't really need them. You don't really need them. What packs would you get to be efficient with mats? If I'm trying to be the most efficient with my money, the monthly packs, obviously certain primes, the battle pass, and then the treasury are the best generalized packs, but there are some special packs that come around. Like one example of a special pack was the winter special packs. Those were very good value for players if you're a spender. Yeah, the Super Battleship Interceptor Explorers were very good value for spenders. If you're a spender, you don't have to do that. But if you're a spender, those were good value. So, all right, y'all. It is 1:40. I've got to get back to some work. I got some things I've got to do. So I'm going to wrap up here for the day. But I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all a great bit. I will be live on Twitch tonight. So if you have more questions, you want to hang out more, you want to do more things, you want to hang out with me some more, well, come join the Twitch channel if you haven't already. It doesn't cost you anything. So come join us tonight. Join the Discord if you haven't already. And on your way out, do me a huge solid. Smash the like button on this video. There's been over 500-600 people here today. Only 100 likes. That helps the channel. Appreciate everybody who support. Appreciate everybody who signed up to be a member. Appreciate everybody who donated. Y'all are all very, very kind to support the channel. So thank you so much. Y'all are amazing. Live long and prosper. Stay safe for those Space Cowboys. Deuces, that's me. Catch you on the next video. And fun stuff coming, by the way. Really cool stuff. What if we have an update to an old event coming really soon? That'd be really cool. Bye! Bye!
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.